In this video, I'll share with you how you can virtually trade on Binance for free. I know when you hear free, it's almost too good to be true, but if you have a little bit of patience and you buy at the right time and sell at the right time, you can have all the trading that you do on Binance for free. I'll walk through how to do all that, the numbers, and a real simple example here. Now, first up, if you're not aware, basically Binance has a coin called BNB, and you can use that coin for your trading fees. If you don't use that coin, and the good thing about that is that the fees are actually reduced. So if you use the BNB coin for your trading fees, you'll have reduced trading fees. If you don't, then what will happen is that when you buy and sell something, it will eat into your Bitcoin or your ETH, or it will eat into the actual asset that you're buying into. So that's one thing to keep in mind. It's good to actually use BNB for your fees. So that's another reason why I suggest if you are trading a lot on Binance, you actually use BNB for the fees. Not only the reduced cost, but with the strategy I'm going to share with you here, it's just a smart way to do it. So let's jump to another chart. We're on the exchange right now, but we're looking at BNB USD pair, right? And if we go to a chart that's, in my mind, easier to read, this is a tool. The tool is linked down below. It's Coinigy. So basically, it's real simple, this strategy. You'll see we actually exited. And we're looking at right now, we're looking at 4-hour candles. And what that means is that basically each one of these candles is 4 hours of price action. And I'll just share this strategy real simple. You basically will buy when it's low and sell when it's high, but you sell your capital. You get your original capital out and you keep in the coins that are profit. Basically, that is free BNB coins that you use for your trading. And I did a little bit of math here just so you can see it here. If we go to this actual entry here, let me move this out of the way, or let me just actually remove that. So let's say that here you would have bought 10 BNB coins at $8.82. You'd be spending $88.20, right? And then what you want to do is generally when it gets to 10%, 11%, you would cash out of your position. And you'll see here, this is the actual math of cashing out of your position. So let's say that you had obviously 10 coins at 882, you spent 88.20, and the price is 9.97. So the price went from here to here, which is, about 13% or so. And you can do the math yourself. This is simple wherever you buy. But basically the price is $9.97. So then if you were to do a full cash out, obviously, of your position, you would get $99.70, right? But what I'm suggesting is that instead of doing that, you just get your original capital back, or you only cash out 9 coins. So if we click on this, so the price is $9.97, $9.97, cash, or exit 9 coins at, that's what you would get, would be minus basically. So basically the price is $9.97. If you exited your full position, you get $9.99.70, but you're only going to exit 9 coins. You're going to keep 1 in there, which would be your profit, right? But you're going to keep 1 coin in there for your trading fees. And you're going to get your original capital back a little bit better, $89.73. And basically you're going to have 1 coin in there that's worth $9.97, right? You're going to have a little bit more than that. So the math isn't exactly accurate here, but it's close enough that, look, you got your original capital back and you've got a free BNB coin that you can now use for trading fees. So all you really have to do is, and a smarter way to do this too, is look at 12-hour candles, right? Let's look at the 12-hour candles. And then it becomes a little bit more obvious where you want to buy, right? Well, right now price is at a low, right? But look, if you bought down here, let's just say, that's 15% within a couple days. So it's just a little bit of patience, right? So where would you want to put your next buy target? Well, it all depends, right? It all depends on what happens. It tends to be when BTC, Bitcoin, drops, then the BNB coin drops as well, right? So you should put an entry probably, and you can do this ahead of time. You don't have to really, you can plan it out. Of course, what I would do is I would do something like this. I would put an alert here, right? So that I would be alerted, right? And for some reason, let's go here, set alert. So now I'll be alerted, and then I probably would put a buy here anyways, just because I'd want to catch it, right? But the reason why I want to put an alert is because maybe it's dropping fast, right? And maybe I want to move my entry down below, right? So obviously I want to always try to get the best price. Plus, you don't know if there's going to be another support base built down here, right? So if there's another support base built down here, of course you want to buy lower. And then once you have your position, you just put your exits. You just do the math. You can use the long tool here, which is over here to the left. Let's say we did enter here. And then, let's go to like 11, 12%. Let's just do 12%, okay? You do 12%, and then you know your exit. So if you bought at $7.27, you know that you're going to exit 90% of your position at $8.19 or so, right? And just keep doing that. Instead of buying 10, maybe you buy 30 or whatever your account level is at, or however you want your account level, 100, whatever your trading level is at, that's what you do, right? So this you can just keep doing. You can just look at the volatility of BNB. I mean, this is crypto, right? So this is not unusual. But you can just look at the volatility in BNB and just be a little bit patient and just buy when it's low. And one thing I would suggest too is buy 10%, buy 5 to 7% lower than you think it's going to go. Okay. So if you think that, if we scroll in here, so it's a little bit bigger. So if you think that it's going to go here, right? Buy here. I guess we should say 5% now that I look at it. So we haven't analyzed this lately. I mean, we've set alerts. So what we do is when BTC drops, when BTC goes on a retracement of about 10 to 12%, then we notice that BNB tends to drop as well. So look at this drop. That's 22%, right? One of the things that you could do is if you believe that BTC, if you want to go long on BTC, is now's not the best time to load up, but here would have been a really good time to load up. This whole section here, right? This has been a good time to load up on BNB coins, right? Because if you look here, I mean, it has traded below this, but it's also got a huge trading range right here, right? There's a trading range here. I mean, here recently, there's a trading range here. There's a trading range here. And then the high, if you think there's an upside, there's a high trading range here. The majority of trading range on this asset is right here. And BNB. Actually, it's more like this. Sorry. That's the majority trading range. So here you're below that, right? So you can reason based on the probability of this chart, based on what the kind of history has shown you, that if you buy at this level or below this level, there's some upside, at least in a value aspect, meaning that, look, the majority of the trading has happened in this range that we're showing here, right? And if you believe that Bitcoin's going to be worth more, then most likely people are going to be doing more exchange business, so they're going to be buying the BNB coin more. So then your upside, you have an upside as well. So hopefully that math makes sense. I know I've been asked that quite a few times, like, what do you mean by free BNB coins or free trading? This is what I mean, is that literally if you just are a little patient, and even if you just check it every single day, even if you use Coinigy, it's easy. You just put alerts. You just say, okay, well, and you can do this right now off this current price. So let me give another example, and I know I'm making this video probably longer than it needs to be. But what you can do is you can say, well, from this price, I want to buy at 10% below this, which is $7.40, right? The other thing that you can do is you can also say, well, I believe there's an upside here, and I'm going to buy right now, regardless of if it's in a downtrend or not. I tend to like to wait for downtrends, but you could say I'm I'm going to buy now. And then and then you cash out at, right around 12 to 13%, which is actually a pretty good range given where the price action is. So there's price action right here. So there's capital that's trapped here is one way to look at it too. Support and resistance, I guess you could say. But so cashing out just below that is great, because that we don't know, but you reason that there's capital trapped here because maybe they didn't stop out on this decline here, right? So they've been waiting for it to get back up to a level where they can maybe break even, right? Or just have a little bit of a loss. So you want to exit, ideally, for the best exit. So you want to exit probably below that range, if you could. So buying a little bit below this would be best. Because once again, you reason that the people that got stuck here with capital, right, that are in trades here that they maybe want to exit BNB, right, even here, this whole range, right, people that got stuck here maybe bought the dip, right, and then it kept dipping and they didn't stop out. Well, they're just waiting for it to get back here, right? So they might not have cashed out here because they were saying, okay, well, it's going up, it's going to get closer to my entry. Maybe it didn't, and then it went back down, right? So it's just kind of scaling down. Now, as it works its way back up here, right, then the closer that it gets to this level, and even this level here, the more people that are trapped in the trades that are going to think about, do I want to risk do I want to risk the downside again, the pain that I've been having, right, for this time, or do I just want to get out at a small loss or at just my entry, right? So every time that you kind of get to a level like this, there's those decisions going on with people, right? So splitting this in the middle, probably below this tick mark, below the $9 mark, is probably the smartest thing to do for your exit. So really, if you were looking at this, and I know I'm going way beyond just the kind of free coin, but I'm trying to give you some analysis on how you can look at this, right? So you'll see here just below the $9 mark, where we'd want to buy then is at least at 780, at least, is probably where we'd want to buy at. So if it's going to retrace here, that's probably a retracement where people are looking at. They're going to say, well, it's going to retrace, part way through this base here, which you would consider a base, right? Some people would say this would retrace here. And then some people would say it would retrace here, right? So obviously, I would say anything down here for an exit up here is good, right? Because that gives you 16% upside. Right? And then even the further down you buy, and if you feel that it's going to turn around and rise within the next week or so, couple weeks, well, the better you can actually set your exits, right? Now keep in mind the same thing applies to this level of people that bought here as well. So I'm just mentioning this. Like I said, I made this video much longer than I probably needed to, but I wanted to just share some of the thinking behind not only the free coin strategy, but how you can look at how you would exit this, right? So this is just a little bit more technical analysis. Hopefully it helps. I tend to do this. I tend to kind of have a subject I'm going to cover, and then as I move on or as I go forward in these videos, hopefully it's helpful. I tend to expand on some of the technical analysis, but hopefully that helps. Once again, down below, you'll see links to tools that we use. You also see the Discord group. You can follow me on Twitter and subscribe here on YouTube. On the Discord group, I actually call Bitcoin, and I also share some of the trades we do as well. So definitely join that. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.